On this episode of Walk the Plank, we go behind the scenes of Dead and Buried Treasures and Chopping Mall.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
With the Killbots.
Women, Killbots, 80s.
I don't really remember the Killbots in the mall, but I guess this was like the test, right?
Right.
I mean, like...
It didn't work out, so...
It certainly didn't work out.
No.
The body count is pretty high in this one. But so are the boobs.
Right. And that was a pivotal part of the 80s. So...
this film had to be edited down quite a bit, not even going to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got that coming up and a very special guest, so stick around. Welcome to Walk the Plank, the Dead and Buried Treasures pre-show. I'm your host, Rich Kanji, and to my right, your left, the 3-2-1 wingman himself, series creator Eric Sprouse.
You know why I wear this? This shirt?
You
know what shirt? You know what this is from?
Because you're learning how to count.
What? No, it's Pittsburgh Dad. I bumped into him at Steel City Con this year, and because we're both Pittsburgh shows, I'm trying to get Kurt on the show. Kurt is his name.
Pittsburgh Dad.
But Kurt Wooten is his name. But I'm trying to get him on the show. So when I bumped into him at Steel City Con, I bought one of his shirts, and we kind of hit it off. And so we're still trying to make all the things happen. But he may not be on for a while. He's in wide need everywhere. So we're going to try to, even if it's just a cameo, I'd like to have him on the show. So it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh,
so I'm marketing his show too.
I was like, look at that. Maybe someday you'll have your own merch.
Maybe. Have my face on there.
Yeah.
Jack, or I'm smacking Jack with a newspaper. Bad parrot.
Yeah. No.
Bad cockatoo.
Boy, that'd be scary. So tonight's movie is Chopping Mall, with one of my favorite actors from the 80s. He wasn't a huge actor, but I think to me he was. Dick Miller, who recently passed away.
Yeah, sadly.
I knew him best in Gremlins.
Right, yeah.
And he's in this one. He plays a janitor.
Well, you should know him best in the last movie we did.
Yeah, that's true too.
He was the star of A Bucket of Blood.
Bucket of Blood, that's right. Yeah, he was a murder artist.
So tonight in Chopping Mall, they gave him a cameo as a custodian in the mall who meets his untimely demise like most of the people in the mall do tonight. But it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's an adventurous movie, but it's just full of 80s. It just screams acid washed jeans and remember arcades?
Yep.
You see arcades once in a long while.
Not too often.
They went all out to make this the cheesiest horror film. I mean, they got a couple of very, very pretty Playboy bunnies in this. You got teens, you got sex, you got monster robots, you got murderous rampage, and bubblegum.
There you go. What else do you
pop
need?
Music, right?
Yeah.
It's the makings of a wonderful slaughter film.
Yep.
Bring the kids.
What else could you possibly need?
Right. So, but all that aside, Chopping Mall aside, we have our regular show too. We start our mythology tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a recurring show. It's kind of like the X-Files, I like to think of it, because I like to have like a couple standalones, where we kind of like host the movie stuff. But then I like to have a concurring plot that goes with the show. We start our mythology of the show tonight.
And you have a character.
Yeah, we introduced a new character tonight on the show too, the Siren.
Yeah.
And we want to keep the theme of the show like haunted pirates and scary and horror hosts and stuff. But with the pirate theme, I like to keep pirate themes going on the show.
Mhm.
So one of the legends there were in pirate lore was a message in a bottle. And so the captain happens to find a message in a bottle tonight that speaks to him, and we introduce the character of the siren.
Funny you mentioned the siren, because tonight...
Leaves you, it leaves you speechless, doesn't it?
Yeah, look at these. He's all choked up about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, right here tonight on this show, we actually have the siren as a guest.
Yes, we do.
To,
we want to talk to her?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we should.
I think we have her on the line. Let me see if I can find her. Let me see if I can get her on the line. Where are you? And there she is. Hello, Siren, are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
Are you there? Oh, nice to have you on the show.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be here.
Now, the funny thing about this is you, Siren, are a message in a bottle. So we're not really going to get a chance to see you so much as it is your vocal talents. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So tell us a little bit about your character.
Well, I'm a message in a bottle. I landed next to Calico Drake's ship, and he found me, kind of rescued me, if you want to say that.
Right. Yeah,
and that's kind of where I am.
And do you have any questions?
Well, how long have you been in that bottle? I mean, it's got to be pretty cramped in there, right?
Right.
It really is. You ought to try living there. No Santa boy, no nothing. Just a bunch of sand and sun.
Now, we have a photo of the siren for people at home tonight because she's a new character. Nobody's seen her yet.
Right.
So this is her photo of what she is on the show. And she really is just a bottle. And I like to refer to it as she's almost like a microphone for who she is wherever she is, like herself as the siren. So the bottle is almost like really the message in a bottle concept. So she's delivering her message through the bottle to the captain on the show. So that's kind of the way I perceive it. Is that the way you perceive it, Siren?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that I don't think she has any. I mean, you're not hanging out with like Will Smith or the genie from Aladdin or anything like that, are you? He's not there.
No, unfortunately, Jada doesn't let him out too often.
Yeah, Jada would have a problem with all the sand and the beach and the palm trees and the glitterous glam that goes on with the siren. And I think that she probably would have an issue. So, Siren, what we do typically is we take calls. Our queue is pretty packed for tonight.
But we do actually have one call for Siren.
Yeah, the calls are coming in. And so I don't know who this is.
This is Bill from Hopwood. And he actually does have a call. He has a question for the Siren.
Bill, how are you tonight?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
I called in previously to other episodes. Anyway, my question tonight is for the Siren. Siren, I just want to know, like I heard your voice tonight. I want to know if we're ever going to see what you all look like. The voice is very sexy. I really like it. And so yeah, so basically I want to know if we're going to ever see you on the show. Please, you know, are you going to do a show or what? Like, what's going on? Thanks. Bye.
Are you going to be on the show or what? Well, Bill, thank you for your call. Hey,
Yeah.
Siren, he has a real point. We ever going to see you on the show?
Well, that depends on Director Eric Sprouse if he wants to have me return on the show. But as far as
Typical one.
actually seeing who I am, I couldn't honestly tell you about that.
Yeah, that's kind of like not right away. I don't think we're going to have her see her right away.
No.
I mean, it's nice to have the mystery of who she is, but we don't know when we're going to see her. So we might have her on the next episode. We might reveal who she is at the end of tonight as a cliffhanger. It's the beauty of TV that you don't know these things just yet.
The only person knows is you.
That's right, and I'm cranking these out up here in my old noggin. So we'll see how long that takes. Hey, Siren, thanks for joining us on the show tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
We really appreciate your time.
My pleasure, boys. Thank you again.
And that's another thing, too, that so you know, and so she knows, we have her uncredited on the show. So even if you look in the end credits trying to be a detective, it's uncredited.
Yeah, you're not
It's
finding her on IMDb. So
That's right.
Keep
you won't
looking.
find her on IMDb anytime soon. So, Well, Siren, thanks again for joining us. Maybe we'll have you on again.
Yeah, definitely.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you again.
Thanks. We'll be in touch. We'll see you, Siren. Good luck in the
All right.
bottle.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And there she goes. That is the Siren from tonight's episode. And she's going to be a lot of fun over the progression of the next few episodes.
Yeah, that's an awesome character. I'd like to see more of the Siren. And,
You will.
Maybe you'll even have some other characters.
Yeah.
To interact with her.
Yeah, we're going to have, she's just the beginning. Like I said, the first few episodes of the show, and this is technically our 5th show, because we had City of the Dead, Theater of Blood, then we had the double feature, which I call 3 and 4, which was the Bucket of Blood and
The Most Dangerous
The
Game.
Most Dangerous Game. Right. So this
I
is
do my
technically, that's why he's the host and I'm just the Phil. So we're doing Chopping Mall tonight. I want to unveil a mythology of our own, and the mythology starts tonight. So it'll be intricate, it'll be very involved, be a lot of fun for everybody. I like to think of it as like the way the X-Files did things. They had standalones with the Monster of the Week, and then they would have something going on with the conspiracy. So this is where I start our conspiracy thing, our own conspiracy tonight.
Well, the only question I got for you, as far as the Siren goes, for you, when are we going to get like a Siren merchandise, like maybe a bottle?
Oh, well,
You should market that stuff. If you go to a convention and you have the bottle with the sand and the palm tree,
that's right.
that would be awesome.
It's funny because we talked about that before the show.
Yeah.
And Steel City Con, we can't even have her go to Steel City Con because
We have the bottle.
the bottle will be there, but then we'll have to try talk. We have a contest at the table to try talking to the Siren.
Yeah, if she answers you, you win something.
Maybe we even have like a phone nearby that you can talk to the Siren
Yeah.
at the convention, but you still can't see who she is.
Oh, that's
It'll be
pretty cool.
fun.
Yeah.
So-
there's a lot you could do with that. That's awesome. A bottle, sand, and a palm tree. Man, you have really cranked it out here.
Yeah, people are like, man, you hit the big time. I like your bottle there. You're talking to an old
Special-
Corona bottle full of
Special
dirt. What's
effects.
that all
but,
about?
But you know, it's not so much the cheesy, cheap, empty alcohol bottle. It's the character behind it. So it's like, yeah, you provided a very cheap prop, but to have her voice the character and give it definition. Now that's something. So
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun though. I think,
Yeah.
and the woman who plays the Siren is on board. She has some fun. We had some voiceover runs, just like they do at Disney,
Yeah.
and a lot of them were fun. And I had to say, I keep thinking of this to get her angry, and so it's all acting. It's not just like she's just reading dialogue. She still has to act as the
Right.
character. You just don't see her on screen. So
we're gonna have to get some callers here.
yeah,
because,
we dumped that first call from Bill, and all of a sudden the line filled itself. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of calls coming in tonight. I can
Right.
see that right there.
it's a busy night.
Man, it really is.
We got 15 minutes left, so we gotta hurry up here.
Hello, Fan County. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Actually, we're going to Ross Draver.
Oh, okay. Is this a
Because
call
we
from
have,
Australia?
yes, we do. We have Sam from Ross Draver, and he has a question.
Sam, how are you tonight?
Hey man, this is Sam from Ross Raver. Just calling to see, I'm a big fan of the Hammer horror films, Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing, and I didn't know, like, how hard is it to get copyrights for that? Like, can you air that stuff? Like, is it public domain, or are you not allowed to air that kind of thing? Because it is like a classic Hammer horror film. Just wanted your thoughts. I assume that the Universal films are hard to get because
Yeah.
of the big company, Big Brother, you know. But yeah, I was just curious about the Hammer films, and if you have any hard time getting any of those, because I love those films. You know, they're just classy and English and all that stuff. I'm gonna hang up the phone now and let you guys talk. All right, thanks, bud.
Thank you, Sam.
You know, Sam, you are right. Those are some classic films, and wow, you got an interesting story about that.
I did, and I could go on about that. The Hammer films, some of them are public domain, some of them are still tied up in, they're copyrighted. And you're right, Sam, about the Universal Studios pictures. Those are all purchased. We prefer to host public domain films so we can have the entire package on our site. And if we did the Hammer films that are copyrighted, we couldn't put them on the site, and we couldn't put them up on the air. So we prefer to have public domain. But I'll tell you a quick story before we move on to our calls, because we have a lot of them tonight. I posted an original episode. I was thinking about, I do test runs on shows, and I tested one of the ones I wanted to do was Count Dracula and his Vampire Bride. And when we tested that to put it online, you don't know until you put it online if it's okay.
Yeah.
So I put it on there to see.
Because as far as you knew, it was public domain.
Everybody's telling me it's public domain. I have independent movie company suppliers who sell public domain movies who specialize in the merchandise say it's public domain. So I put it on YouTube. YouTube pulled it immediately, said Warner Brothers has a problem with it, and boom, strike one. And they don't mess around. But
No.
I can't blame YouTube. They're a third-party vendor. So they're just saying, hey, they give us an opportunity to put stuff on here. Check your sources. Well, I'm telling you right now, the movie's public domain. So I don't know why they pulled it off of there, but they have their reasons, and they don't have to even explain themselves. In fact, you can't even discuss the matter with them. There's no
good
way to
luck
call them or
contacting
write them.
No, there's not.
So, so we're doing a little bit differently now. So I'm switching all of our episodes, by the way, from my original In Neon Guy homepage, which was my personal channel on YouTube. Now we have a channel of our own. It's just going to take a little bit of time to make the transition, where we have to upload all of our stuff to the site.
Right.
And the search word is Dead and Buried Treasures. So we're going to have our own channel.
There you go. Yeah.
And
easy
it's
to
going to
find.
have Walk the Plank. It's going to have all the shows. It's going to have commercials, everything on there behind the scenes. That'll be a lot of fun. Okay, I'm sorry.
You
Go
good?
ahead. Yeah.
All right.
Who's our next call?
All right. Our next call is Colin from Charleroi.
Colin. Oh, Colin again. You're
Yeah.
always welcome to talk to, Colin.
Hey, this is Colin, and this is Colin from Charlotte.
Nice to see you again, Colin.
Caller, long-time viewer.
Yep.
Just want to know if you ever considered maybe branching out and doing like some kung fu movies or
Ooh.
other like low-budget movies that are not necessarily public, well, that are public domain basically. And if you ever thought of like airing things that are maybe not horror but are also very fun and cheesy, you know, it's the kung fu genre. I am interested in hearing your opinions on this, and I will hang up now so you can answer. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thanks, Colin.
Yeah.
Hey, Colin's a
That is a-
regular. He's a regular now.
He
on the
is.
show.
Yeah. And that is a great question because I wanted to ask you that myself. I love the old cheesy kung fu movies. Yeah, they're not horror, but some of them are pretty intense. There's some blood and
But they're not horror related. I don't know. I mean, I'm not against it.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I don't know, it's time to branch out, man.
Maybe.
That's-
There's so many good horror films and suspense films left that are public domain before we even get there. So I mean, you're talking about the ones with like Bruce Lee and
Yeah, I guess some of the old
Jackie Chan, I guess.
the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, is that like kung fu?
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, there's your answer, sir.
It's not my cup of tea. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
It's funny because I had a boss when I was teaching at California University who was all into wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, super wrestling. And I just never,
Never got into it.
I just never really got into that stuff. And it's
Well-
no offense to that. I mean, it might be awesome for some people, but I just never got into it. And I'm like, well, the kung fu movies, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Well, Colin, you gave me my answer. It's time for me to step up and be a host of something now.
Yeah.
He can host the horror stuff, and I'll host the horrible B movie,
You can
kung
call
fu monster movies that we used to watch every Saturday.
You could call it like kung fu in that.
Yeah. Didn't they have like a kung fu theater? They had a kung fu theater, didn't
I
they?
remember Hong Kong Fooey.
Oh my God. All right.
Isn't that a cartoon?
Yeah. Wow. That's why you do
I
the horror
never got
stuff.
into wrestling or kung fu or none of that stuff. I'm
All right,
sorry.
so here. So you might not get a kung fu movie, but how about a Godzilla movie? How about a Gamera movie? I mean, that was a favorite on Saturdays
Now
that I used to
is
watch
a
growing
different-
up. So
yep.
that's kind of horror-ish. How
Yeah,
about,
that's
how
a
about you
different-
give Colin that?
Yep.
Could you give him that?
I could do that.
All right.
There might be
All
a
right.
public domain out there. In fact, I know there is one.
Mhm.
It'll be coming up soon. Well, not soon, but like some episodes
Wow.
down the pike.
Good.
Destroy All Planets.
That works for me.
Isn't that the
Gamera.
Gamera?
Yep, that works for me. That's awesome.
Godzilla versus King Kong and Godzilla versus Megalon
Mhm.
used to be public domain.
No, King Kong won't be now.
But no,
No.
now you have Kong on Skull Island, and you have the Godzilla remake last
Coming-
year,
yeah, right. And,
coming up. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be tough to find that stuff. But like, I don't think there's a Gamera movie out there. There's remake plans in the making. So
That works for me.
that one I
I'll
think
take
still
a
is
Gamera
public
movie.
domain. So yeah, we'll take that into consideration for as far as that. But
All
it's
right.
kung fu. I don't think think so.
Mm-hmm. All right, how about we go to Peters Township? We have Kenny.
Go Peters Township.
Yeah, that's right down the road.
Hi, Kenny. How are you?
Hey guys, I just wanted to say, Army Hardys, keep up the good work.
Arr!
Keep up the good work, and I hope you have a bunch of good movies in 2020.
We will.
Arr!
Arr!
I think you guys are doing a good job, and just keep up the good work. And you should concentrate on horror movies dealing with pirates and their ships. I think that would be pretty good. I can't really think of anything offhand, but keep up the good work and regular baby.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you, Kenny.
Thank you, Kenny. That's probably the best call we've gotten.
That's a good R.
Yeah. For a minute there, I thought it was reincarnated Myron Cope. That's all.
You ain't a double yawn.
Yeah.
Myron
Cope.
You're gonna get Godzilla on the show. But
Oh, that was a great call. Thank you, Kenny.
yeah, thanks, Kenny. To answer your question, we should focus on. He said pirates and their ships.
Their ships. At least I hope he said ships, or else we got to bleep that out.
Yeah, there's a couple pirate movies. Well, I think Pirates of the Caribbean. That's haunted and stuff, but it's certainly not public domain.
Wow, you're
Now, if you're thinking of old movies,
Yeah.
there's like Treasure Island, but it's not really. There's a lot of sword play on
That's
there.
not really horror.
And
And that's probably not public domain. That's Disney, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe
I'm
I
not
could-
sure the copyright might have run out on that though. Same thing with who was the pirate? Not Blackbeard. Who was the pirate in Treasure Island?
Barbosa?
No, that was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Caribbean. I don't know.
But there was a pirate. I think they did a sequel to that.
Oh, okay.
They called it like the name of the pirate, Long John Silver.
Long
that's what
John
it was.
Silver.
It was Long John
Oh,
Silver,
okay.
not the
All right.
restaurant, the Hush Puppies, but like Long John Silver was the name of the movie, and I think that might be public domain. I'm not sure if there are any ghosts and goblins. As long as it has ghosts or something haunted,
Yeah.
I don't mind doing it on the show because it ties in with the theme of the show. But
Yeah.
the moment it doesn't,
Yeah.
unless there's a reason. Now I did consider maybe in September doing a pirate movie because of the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, there you go. So
And I
you
thought that'd be
might
a
wanna
nice
look into that.
tie-in. So we'll see. We'll
All
see
right.
how it works out.
How about we go to Bethel Park? Welcome to Bethel Park.
Bethel Park! What's happening at Bethel Park?
Oh, we got David.
It's horrible, Myron.
That is horrible.
Hi, David. How are you?
We'll see ya.
Hello. Yes. My name is David, and I am calling from Bethel Park. And I must
David.
say that the costumes in Denbury Treasures, that pirate costume that Captain Callagher Drake wears is so cool. And
Thanks.
just like the attention to detail and the parrot, it's just fabulous. I love it all. It just cracks me up, and I love horror. It scares me a little bit, but I just think that it just reminds me of Chili Belly, and
Oh, yeah.
I saw that stuff when I was young, and it scared me. It scared me, and what you do scares me. And sir, if it scares me, that means you're doing a good job, and I love it, and I treasure it. I treasure it like Denbury treasures. Thank you so
Well-
much. Thank you.
Well, thank you, David. Are you still there? Oh,
I am.
okay. I guess we lost David. There
Yeah.
he goes. Thank you for the compliments about the costumes. It is, in the beginning, it was really out of Eric's wallet.
Mhm.
And it really still is out of Eric's wallet. That's why we like to do tie it in with like. I did it because I wanted to do some charity work for the local ASPCA and humane societies in the area too. So I'd like to do it as fundraisers. So the costumes we put together really nice. They're a combination of the Renaissance Festival and a place called Spirit. You see Spirit every Halloween out there.
Oh,
at
right.
Spirit
They're
stores.
everywhere.
So we did it through the Ren Fest. The hat comes from the Ren Fest, one of the vendors there. The suit came from Spirit. The guns came from here. This came from there. And
Yeah.
a lot of it's kind of a hodgepodge of where I find it to put it together. So that's kind of nice. I'm glad you brought up Chili Billy.
Yeah, that's a nice compliment.
That is. I appreciate that. That's a nice compliment to be tied in with.
And David, he scares me too.
Yeah.
Probably not in the same way he scares you. So We got a last caller here because we're gonna have to wrap it up.
Okay.
We have Ed from California University.
Hey, Ed. How are? Oh, count you. My alma mater.
Eric, my name's Ed.
Hi, Ed.
I'm just calling to see what you have to say in the store for us the upcoming season. I enjoy the movies, but I enjoy what you do as a horror host. And I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen there, what you have written out. I'm sure there's a plot in there somewhere.
There is.
Sorry. But,
Sorry.
yeah, basically, I want to know what your motivation is as an actor and portraying this Captain Calico Drake, how you get there to that point, and how you write your segments of the show. I enjoy the movies, but I can watch the movies on VHS or DVD, let's face it. But the reason I watch your show is to see the segments, and that's what interests me most. So I'd like to hear more about that, like how you come up with your segments and storyline that's ongoing with you. All right.
Well,
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate all you do. I think you're very talented, and I look forward to watching you every week. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Ed.
A lot of the ideas, I once taught a class at Bethany College on how to make TV right now. And a lot of students, I've discovered, as much as I've taught as a professor at different universities in the area and out of the area and down in DC and stuff, they all want to make movies right now. Like they want to grab a camera and a mic and go right now. They don't want to have classes. They don't want to read books. They don't want to. So I'm like, okay, so, and I challenge my students with, how can you make something right now? And so I said, I remember one student wrote, oh, this brother and sister, they're searching for their kidnapped parents. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. You could probably do that now. And then you go out, and then the ideas came with the zombies. and
You gotta have zombies and
the
everything.
Molotov cocktails.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, and the spaceship. I'm like, okay, dude, how are you gonna do all this? He says, oh, well, I'll just fill up my bottles full of gasoline and put a rag in it. And I'm like, what? And he's like, oh yeah. And then like we're gonna. So I said, when are you gonna shoot this? About 2 a.m. Oh, okay. At the college? Yeah. And you're gonna throw these. I said, how you gonna do special effects? What's with the Molotov cocktails
Oh my
for?
God! So he's using real.
And I'm like, you're gonna throw
Real
these up
props.
against trees. He says, well, I have a fire extinguisher.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm picturing like public safety driving
Yeah.
by, like with their,
Oh, cops. Yeah.
and seeing like zombies and fires. I'm like,
Yeah.
So I said, bad idea. So that's why we try to teach them to pull the reins back.
Yeah.
So I write what I can do right now, and if I feel I can do it now, then I can write it. I wish I could write others. And if I try to push the envelope on it, I have to make sure I can do the effect first, and I can do what I'm writing, because if you can't, then why bother writing it?
Right.
So the motivation really comes from what I can do and if I can shoot it now, right now. So I'm actually in my own class for this. So it's the way
Never
it
too late
works.
to learn. Yeah. So, thank you guys for calling in. I'm sorry we couldn't get to everybody's calls,
Yeah,
but
it's a shame we still got a full queue.
it's sorry.
Leave voicemails, call
right,
back.
Right, and we'll use those on the next show. But we gotta get rolling here because we gotta get you to Chopping Mall, and
Yeah.
you get to see the premiere of Siren.
A siren tonight, the sexy siren, and she's in better shape than just a bottle.
There you go.
And
So-
enjoy the mythology. It all starts tonight. It'll be and how we're going to take the show in certain directions. It'll be a lot of fun with that. Trust me.
So enjoy and see you next time.
Man on a dead man's chest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Drinking the devil be done for the rest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. The mate was faced by the possum's spike. Possum's brain with a marlin spike, and a cookie stroll was marred belike. Had been gripped by fingers then, and then they lay old blue death man like a breakout day in a booze.